Rivers crisis, APC accuses Fubara of flouting Tinubu's peace deal. Can you imagine? But Fubara said he was going to implement everything. He said if not for Tinubu, that Wike would have sacked him from governorship. And so Tinubu is his father now. Okay, he agreed to implement everything. He has reinstated the 27 or 26 lawmakers that defected from PDP to APC. He has reinstated Martis Amewule, the former Speaker of the House of Assembly, now removed Edith here to become his chief of staff. So what else has he not done? Let's get into the details to know exactly the accusation that they are putting on him. We need to see exactly what they are putting on him. Okay? APC accusing him of not implementing all the 8-point resolutions that was brokered with President. The All Progressive Congress APC has accused Governor Siminalayi Fubara of flouting the peace deal brokered by President Bola Tinubu on the political crisis in Rivers State. The chairman of the APC Caretaker Committee in Rivers State, Chief Tony Okocha, who made accusations, said Fubara was not sincere in the implementation of the peace deal. Okocha made the claim while speaking with journalists in Abuja. So he said, in one breath, the governor will probate and reprobate at the same time. You don't say one thing during the day and another at night. It will not work. He, Fubara, must obey the dictates of the proclamation by he willingly accepted in the presence of President Tinubu. So Tony Okocha added, the one that will hold the governor at the jugular is the issue of representing the budget. Okay, representing the budget. Insisting that Rivers State's 2024 budget was not being presented. Okocha noted that Fubara cannot run the state without a budget. So he recalled that Fubara had thanked Tinubu for his intervention in the crisis and promised to abide by the terms of the peace deal. So the political crisis in Rivers State followed a face-off between Fubara and his predecessor, Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Okay. So the Tony Okocha, the new chairman of the APC Rivers State Caretaker Committee, had now come out to say Fubara is not implementing all. And the key one that is now an issue is presenting the budget, the state budget again to the State House of Assembly for review and approval. We remember that the governor of Fubara originally presented this budget to 5-man member of the State House of Assembly after the controversial 27 lawmaker defected to from PDP to APC, and were still floating because as at that time they were no more in PDP and had not been accepted by APC, so they were just floating. And the only person that was the speaker there was Edison here, who took over as the Speaker of the House of Assembly that time, and then with 4 other PDP members that made up 5 people. And what they're saying is that you cannot present a budget, a house that is made of about 31 people, you can't present such budget to only 5 people. But the other school of thought is arguing that as at the time that the budget was presented, those 5 people were the 5 valid members of the House of Assembly, because the other controversial 27 were still floating and did not have any say. Okay, so but I remember also that the court has ruled that Fubara will need to represent that budget to the newly constituted or refreshed State House of Assembly for re-evaluation and reapproval. But it looks like Fubara is not ready to do that. But if the law has said he should do it, has he appealed the judgment? That we don't know yet. Okay, so why Fubara is dilly-dallying and not representing that budget to the State House of Assembly with membership up to that 11 now, sorry, up to that 31 now. He's dilly-dallying representing the budget to them, and now APC has come out, APC Rivers State has come out to accuse him of not implementing the whole 8-point resolution as was brokered with Tinubu himself. Now, so the way things are as we speak is that Fubara now has to, he has to represent that budget. But is he ready to do that? That's another question. If he doesn't do it, what is the implication? Already the law has asked him to do it, or rather the court, the judiciary, has asked him to represent it. So is he appealing that judgment? That again, we don't know. But for now, APC has said accusing him. I said this man is going to really suffer because what is going to happen? Now we have almost everybody in the House of Assembly, APC, only 5 or 4 will be PDP among 31 people. So about 27 people will definitely be APC. It means that they are still looking for fresh ground to impeach him. The first ground has been put to rest by Tinubu and by his intervention, so they're not going to use that ground to impeach him anymore. But now they will look for fresh ground to impeach him because if he does not represent that budget, then they will gang up against him and his hands will be tied. There will practically be nothing he will be able to do, except if the Attorney General of the state is on his side, and that is if. Okay, and even at that, Attorney General of the state will not bend the law because of governor alone. So it's going to be a very difficult one for them to handle. So, by the way it is now, because he has not obeyed the court order to represent that budget straight to the new House of Assembly for review, evaluation, and approval, they are going to continue to attack him on that. APC will use that as a very strong hold to continue to attack him. Okay, it's going to be a very serious one, I tell you the truth. So the way it is now, he is going to represent that budget. If he does not, it might be a contempt of court, and the court will come against him for that, and he will not be able to survive it, even though he is still a governor and with immunity. But if he has a case that is titled contempt of court, the House of Assembly might just decide to impeach him on that, because you cannot be running the state without an approved budget. It's not possible. Who will account for the money I'm spending? How do we account? How do you have access to the money, and how do you account for the money you are receiving from the federal government and the money that you are spending? Okay, how would you account for all of that? You have to follow the due process. So the situation now is very, very complex for him. He has to represent that budget to the State House of Assembly. And Matthew Amewule, who is now the Speaker of the House of Assembly, is going to review that thing again with his team, whether Fubara like it or not. Otherwise, he will face contempt of court. Now, wow. So let's see how he will respond to this accusation from the APC that will tell us what next. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comments.